This is TWiT.
RGB Platinum 280 millimeter liquid CPU cooler, which is essentially unicorn vomit. Lots and lots of RGB applied to their Hydro Series lineup. So this is with the massive 280 millimeter fans, which I guess is two 140 millimeter fans. But you know, they basically got it in. Sebastian got it in time to do some launch day benchmarking. What's how good is it? Was it awesome? I mean, you can't really compare it to the smaller version because I don't think you have the time to benchmark that. But it's looking
yeah. I mean, you're gonna. I think for most of these, it's just an incremental upgrade with the added RGB, all the things thrown in, right? You know, there's been demand for this. There's been people that have been buying the non-RGB versions of this cooler and then buying RGB fans and trying to get the controller and do all these other things to make it work. And instead, Corsair is just like, here you go. Here's just a solution that has all that, if that's what you're looking for. If not, I mean, we make these other ones that don't have RGB LEDs on them.
Part of what was interesting about this for me is the thermals didn't look particularly impressive compared to some of the other Corsair, the H115i, the H100 Pro, H100i Pro, which were like, 9 degrees cooler. But one of the things that Sebastian noticed was that they seem to have tuned this for minimizing the actual noise. And this is pretty impressive. One, that he actually has a dB meter that can measure as low as 30 dB. But two, when you're looking at the H115i in quiet mode, it's down around like 31.6 dB, 31.8 dB at full load. That's pretty impressive. And even in extreme mode, you're still looking at a max of like 39.4 dB. That's pretty good.
Right. So the thing to consider there is that while the temperatures were running, slightly higher, in all likelihood, it was probably because those default or whatever that particular setting was equivalent or that particular setting on this particular product might not have been an equivalent fan speed compared to the other products that might have been a little noisier at that same setting, and therefore getting you some lower temperatures. So if you're worried about that, basically just run it one notch higher than you would have the other product, and you should be fine, probably at an equivalent amount of sound, coming from there. They're probably just, my gut feel is they're probably just slightly slower RPM fans, just the RGB variant of them. Maybe they just spin a little bit slower for a given input voltage. So, just slightly lesser cooling, slightly warmer temperatures, but you can always compensate by just cranking up the speed a bit.
Just turn it up, man.
Yeah.
One of the things Sebastian also points out is the trade-off for all of this glorious RGB joy and these massive fans and radiator. And I got to say that the radiator design looks really, really clean. So you've got RGB on the pump / cooler that mounts on your CPU. You've got RGB on the fans, and you've got a healthy price tag of about $170. And I think that was one of the reasons this only received a silver reward. But if you're looking for a highly colorful and quiet cooler, this should probably be on your short list. Just want to say that.